Hello peeps! That's just a little test for some of you, checking your age. Probably not really that appropriate, there you go. But it sort of does fit in with what we're doing tonight, which isn't just drinking. And I thought about time the old monkey come out again. Haven't seen him in a while. So, we're going Greek tonight. Now, we've actually got a selection of starters already done. We've made some hummus, Greek style hummus, Greek style pita bread. I've got some olives. I haven't eaten them, I'm starving. But our main dish is going to be a Greek lemon chicken. Okay, a lemon sort of roasted chicken with rice. So for that you're going to need a pan to do it in. Now I've elected to do it in that pan simply because ideally it needs to be a pan that you can put on the hob and then in the oven. And the roasting tin that I was going to use isn't suitable going on the hob, so I'm going to use that instead. So the next thing we want to do is get our oven on. We'll do preparation on the hob first, but we want to make sure our oven's hot up to 180 with a fan oven, that is. Okay, and then we'll get cracking on the next bit. So I've got a bowl here, and I've got well, again weirdly I bought these because Tesco's it was a pack of 6 and I didn't want 6, and these looked like they were 2 in each, and I thought that would do fine, so instead there's 3 in each by the looks of it. So it would have been better to buy the non-organic because it'd be bloody cheaper. Alright, so these got skin, in fact there's got 4 in this one. What I might do then is, right, I might take some of them out. So we've got that there, we've got 2 drumsticks, 3 drumsticks even. So I'm going to put one of them drumsticks in there. Got 2 thighs, 2 drumsticks. I might keep them and I'll cook something else with them. So 2 drumsticks, 2 thighs. Don't know what's like now. Shall I some more? Ah, sod it, put it in there, we can always eat it later, can't we? Have it run. So, I'll put them in a bowl. Now if you wanted to slash them you could do, it's up to you, but I'm just going to wash my hands before we add the next bit into that bowl. So now, I'm just going to add some salt. Now we're going to be tossing it all around in a minute. Okay, so I've got a bit of salt in there. And some freshly ground black pepper. Again, it might all be sitting on the top at the moment, but we're going to get that all mixed in a minute. And then we want some olive oil, and we want at least 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil into that. And then what we're going to do is, I've got some gloves for this next bit, we're going to give it a good old mix around in there, get the chicken all thoroughly coated with that salt, pepper and oil. And then we're going to get that pan and we're going to get it on a high heat, get it really hot, because what we're going to try and do is sear the chicken. Okay, I think that'll do for now. So I'm going to get my gloves on and give it a toss in, and I'm going to get this on and get the temperature up. So, like I said to you, the idea is now just to coat every bit of that chicken. Now it's got the bones in, it's got the skin on, because we want to make the skin nice and crispy. Obviously, if you want a slightly lower fat option, still got it on my bloody hand at the top, then you could remove the skins, but I like nice chicken skin, nice and crispy. Can anybody remember that one? First one wasn't, but this one, that second reference there was a a South Park one. Don't you remember? Well, if you're not a fan, you won't. When the boys go to have their favourite chicken takeaway, you know, like a KFC. They can't say KFC, can they? From South Park. And Cartman, well, they all like the skin. They all like the cooked skin. So Cartman's sneaky, and he tricks them, and while he's gone, he eats all the skin. So anyway, just waiting on that to come up, temperature get nice and hot, and then we're essentially going to sear these. We're not cooking them in here, they're going to be cooked in here with everything else. Okay, so the idea is just to sear the outside. Now you could, if you wanted, to slash it, if you want to you know, speed up the cooking time, but that's entirely up to you. I haven't bothered. Okay, so we start off with the thighs, skin side down, into the pan. Okay, and we're going to cook that through, well, not cook it through, sorry, get it to it's now browned, and then we'll turn it over, do the other side, and then take it out of the pan. We won't clean the pan out, we'll leave the pan as it is. So let's get that seared. So while that chicken's doing, I'm just going to have my starter. Okay, so what I've got here is some homemade Greek pita bread and some homemade, rather a lot on there. Did you dare spit at me, you little bugger? Some Greek style hummus. I could almost end up eating this all the time. Takes back to our days of holidaying in Greece. We used to, I think I mentioned this once before, we did a Greek night. We used to regularly go to Greece every year with honeymoons in Naxos. Went back for our 10-year anniversary, been to Registry, tiny little island. Don't know if I told the story. Toss off, I think I might have done. Right, I'm just going to turn this. I might turn it back and do the skin side a bit more. I do want it a little bit more brown. Bloody thing's cracking. I'm not using the other better tongs because simply these little slippery little fuckers will keep slipping out. So I need these tongs. So I might have to have some more of that and then I'll end up not being able to eat that. So what I'm going to do while I'm waiting, I'm just going to slice up my garlic. And now it's obviously with rice because it is lemon chicken with rice. You've got a choice with your rice. I'm using some long grain, you could use basmati, but that wasn't what I meant by choice. You can either just use it straight out of the packet as it were, or you can rinse it. If you obviously rinse it and get the starch off of it, it will separate more, be a bit more fluffy if you like. If you just chuck it in there, it'll still cook, but obviously it'll be a little bit more stodgy. I've rinsed it, so it's just draining on the side. I've prepared 1.5 litres of chicken stock. I've got a couple of cloves of garlic. I've got some thyme and some rosemary, which we'll be preparing in a bit, and some bay leaves. When you just wash that hummus down. I also thought I'd got some oregano because I've run out before when I thought I had some, and I thought I bought some, but I hadn't. So we would normally add oregano as well. So that's essentially all the ingredients. Now, like I say, that will come out when we've seared it. We're then going to deglaze the pan, and we're then going to assemble the rest of the stuff in there, put the chicken back in, and it goes in the oven for about an hour. Right? So I'm going to take a lemon. You can't remove the chicken if you, well, you probably notice. Let me move around a bit where you can see a bit more what's going on. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the juice of one lemon to try and deglaze this pan, but this is my aluminium pan and non-stick, and like I've said before, bugger all sticks to this bloody thing, so it doesn't really need deglazing. I am spraying myself with lemon juice, but there you go. So we're just going to get that in there, get a wooden spoon and just give it a little bit of a mix. I've turned the heat off, but this pan retains its heat. I'm just going to rinse my hands. Okay, and now what we're going to do is I'm going to put that garlic in there. I'm going to put a couple of bay leaves. Oh, I haven't used these bay leaves yet. Oh, lid's still on. I thought I'd use these. So we're going to put a few bay leaves in. Obviously remembering later to take them out. We want to add some salt, some pepper. I'm not putting too much salt and pepper in because remember we did load on that chicken and I can see a load of pepper on that. Okay, just going to give that a little mix and then I'm just going to prepare the thyme, rosemary and if I had any, oregano. So I've got me thyme, I de-leafed the stalks and I'm putting the leaves in there. I'm putting a couple of sprigs of rosemary in and then my rice, which I've washed, okay, that's going in there. Just going to, now it's up to you how much rice you want to use. Obviously I haven't gone overboard on the rice because it does all swell up. So I've used about 2 cups, 2 American cups of rice. You might want to add a cup or so more, it's entirely up to you. And then we're going to return that chicken to the pan. Okay, so I know it's a bit difficult with the drumsticks, but with the thighs skin side up. And then the final thing, well not final thing to be honest, all we're then going to do is it's a bit tight for space in there with all that meat, but never mind. I'm going to take another lemon and I'm going to squeeze that over the top. So it is lemon chicken, remember. Alright, and then we're going to pour in about 1.5 litres of chicken stock, which I prepared earlier. Actually, I'm only going to add about just over 1 litre of that for now. And because I've got a lid for this, I'm going to put the lid on it. If you didn't have a lid for your bacon tray, then cover it with foil. And we're now going to put it in the oven for about 35 minutes or so to cook. And then we're going to bring it out, take the lid off, put it back in. And at that point, I'm going to chuck in a few other extras because I'm generous like that. And I've run out of beer and I fancy some more hummus and beer. So that's at 35 minutes, okay. I'm going to add some more of that stock because that chicken has absorbed all of it. I'm going to have a little drizzle of olive oil over the chicken mainly. I'm going to put a few olives in there. And then that's going back into the oven for at least another 20 minutes, okay. I've got some lemon wedges, but I'm not going to put them in till about 10 minutes before. So I'm going to whack that in there now for 15 minutes, bring it out, add some lemon wedges, back in again. Ooh, this is hard work tonight. I've run out of beer. Well, I will have when I've drunk that one. Oh dear, I'll have to go on the wine. Right, so that's add another 15 odd minutes. You can see it's starting to brown now. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to chuck a couple of lemon wedges in it, and then it's going back in for about another 15 odd minutes. And then we'll double check. He said almost picking that up. We'll double check that it's what's named, cooked through the meat, and if so, we can serve it up. Madam's still ready, getting ready upstairs. She's been doing it for bloody hours today. Good job, it's running a bit late now. Women. So here we go, comes out the oven. So the idea is you scoop up your chicken and some rice. Okay, rice is quite sticky. There's a thigh and a drumstick. It's obviously rather hot. Let me just get the other serving up. So let's taste it, see what it's like. So bit of rice, a little bit stodgy, lemony. What is the rosemary in there? Don't want to eat that. Well, actually, might be a bit of thyme, I don't know. So you can hear the skin's nice and crispy. Get a bit of meat off the bone. The meat's very moist, even though it's been cooked in the open oven for a bit. I think that's going to be a bit warm. I'm just going to say, don't really get the lemon, and then the lemon hits you. Not overpoweringly, but you can taste the lemon chicken. So, there you go. Your Greek style lemon chicken with rice. I suppose better let the wife have some now. Was worth the wait, mind you, just for the curls alone. But you don't know what I'm talking about, do you? Anyway, I'm going to go enjoy this. Catch you later.